Hello, people. If you know me, then I am Tyson, and thank you for coming back after a long absence from Movies and Media Weekly. Putting aside the fact that I haven't tried to find a new locale, I've decided to put aside the movie reviews for now. Just focus on bringing you movie news today. And starting with today, I'll be working hard to bring the best news, and at least once or twice a week, I will give them to you. Enough chatter. Let's get started. Moving on from that, forward. I'm going to start off this next review with a few words. Who loves you, baby? Yes, people, you've heard that right. Screenwriter Philip, according to news today, Philip Gotham has been tapped to write the screenplay for a movie based on the TV, for modern film adaptation of the classic TV series Kojak. The film is being made by Universal, and Vin Diesel of Fast and Furious, but not also produced, but it was also tapped to star in the project. Well, for those of you who liked American Sniper by Clint Eastwood, you won't be seeing the last of Clint Eastwood anytime soon. In other news today, Clint Eastwood has as reported today that Clint Eastwood was being tapped to. His next project is going to be a film about Captain Chesley Sullenberg. For those who don't know the story, Captain Sullenberg, aka Sully, was a pilot on an air flight who basically became a war hero in 2003 when he engineered a miraculous emergency landing of U.S. Airways Flight 1549 in the Hudson River after falcon geese hit the plane after it just took off from LaGuardia Airport. The plane apparently, one of its engines blew out, and the man safely safely landed the plane in the Hudson River and managed to save all the passengers aboard. For this, he became an American hero, and therefore he basically joins a long line of other celebrities you see. Hooray, haha. And the reason to bring on the story is not only is Clint Eastwood signed on to direct it, but the man playing Captain Sully is Tom Hanks. And apparently he'll be filming the film at and not only has Eastwood liked the story enough to make a film about it, you can basically expect this film to not be another American Sniper Part 2, since that film is pretty much Eastwood's best film to date, aside from $1 Million Baby. Have you heard of Rob Zombie? Anyone? Sorry for the interruption, but continuing into the story, Rob Zombie, who basically is known for his horror films and known for being outright gratuitous with them, is stepping out from that. Instead, he's moving on to going to be producing and directing, as well as writing a film adaptation of the life of legendary comedian, actor, and talk show host Groucho Marx. If you basically know him, then don't worry. You can just bet your life. Bet your life and call your brother Chico. See if he agrees. Anyway, the film tells the bizarre story of the last years in the life of Groucho Marx, told by a young Marx Brothers fan who spent those years as a personal secretary and activist. There have been prior to this story, there have been some proposed projects about the life of Groucho and his brother Chico and his other Marx Brothers. The most recent was from Scott Alexander and Larry Karazuki, who basically wrote the first draft. He basically known for writing the screenplay for Percy Jackson, The Sea of Monsters. The people who also wrote the script for Big Eyes by Tim Burton, we're going to direct the Marx Brothers movie. Just couldn't get the budget down. Who would plan to not only write a movie about the Marx Brothers, but also direct it. Couldn't get the budget that they needed. So basically, they just couldn't get it done. Rob Rob Zombie, a multi-platinum recording artist turned film director, he made his mark directing small, budgetable, profitable horror films like The House of a Thousand Corpses, 2 Halloween films, Lords of Salem, and he's currently shooting a new one called 31. About 5 people kidnapped on the eve of Halloween and placed. It was about 5 people kidnapped on the eve of Halloween and placed in a lethal funhouse called Murder World. And basically, if Rob Zombie did this, he would not be the first person to do this. The first one to actually try this would be James Wan. Who along with his partner Lee Wanell, gave us the Saw franchise before turning his attention to other horror films, including The Conjuring and the Insidious trilogy. The first 2 films of which he directed. He also stepped out of horror for a brief stint by directing Furious 7, and now he's going to be doing the same thing by coming out to direct Aquaman, the Aquaman movie, the 2 new movie, the Marvel, the DC Comics version of Aquaman, as well as another movie called Robotech. So basically, if Rob Zombie goes for this, all the best to him, just as long as he gets rid of the dreadlocks. Although some people claim that Zombie is not the obvious choice to make a touching comedy film of the last days of the iconic Groucho Marx, the iconic actor, stand-up comedian, and game show host of You Bet Your Life. Based on his resume, it turns out Zombie is a huge fan of Groucho Marx and has immersed himself in the brother's lore. He basically, he quotes, "I've been a huge Groucho Marx fan ever since I was a child, and I've read countless books on the comic legend. But after reading the book, Raised Eyebrows, I totally new perspective on Groucho's life emerged," he said. "I immediately saw his project as Groucho's Sunset Boulevard and knew I had to bring it to the big screen. It is a sad, funny, yet very dark tale about one of Hollywood's greatest stars in his final years." Rob Zombie's partner, Miranda Bailey, who runs the production company Cold Iron Pictures, will be producing the film, and they also produced the upcoming Sony Pictures film, The Diary of a Teenage Girl, starring Kristen Wiig, Alexander Skarsgård, Christopher Mulaney, and Belle Powell. Moving on from other news to other news today. Vin Diesel, who's the star of the Fast and Furious 7, which is already grossed over $1 billion worldwide, and starring in an upcoming fantasy film called The Last Witch Hunter, has stated Lionsgate is already developing a sequel to the film. He made the announcement this Wednesday on his Facebook page. Quote, "So the studios apparently is so excited about The Last Witch Hunter, the X and Cross franchise, that they are already commencing the next one. The first one doesn't hit theaters until October 23rd, yet they want me to commit to the next one, and I've already blocked out time to film it." He later went on to ask his fans for feedback on the issue. The film in question, which is Last Witch Hunter, starring Vin Diesel and Michael Caine, follows Diesel as the title Witch Hunter character Calder, who is partnering with his enemy, a witch, to stop a plague on humanity unleashed by the Covens in New York City. Honor just a sword, he's also an adversary in one point in the trailer. "Here's what you don't understand. One thing your kindness never understood. You will be haunted." Michael Caine's character, a priest, tells the witch hunter that his story has no end, possibly laying the foundation for another franchise for Diesel. The film was directed by Breck Eisner and it also stars Rose Leslie and Elijah Wood. Lionsgate Photos, and apparently this shouldn't be a surprise, as Lionsgate, who produced the film, has been seeking to build franchises in the wake of its successes, with the Twilight's franchise, as well as the Hunger Games franchise, and the soon-to-be completed Divergent franchise. So basically, if the franchise works, well, at least we know they're not in it for the money. Some book news, people. I know you guys don't. I want to talk about movies, but do you want to talk about books? Let's do that. In today's book news, Starz is moving forward with plans for a series adaptation for a TV series adaptation of the 2001 novel American Gods by popular novelist and graphic novelist Neil Gaiman. The film's creators are Brian Fuller and Michael Green. The two guys in question are writing the pilot, but will also serve as showrunners and executive producers for the series. And Neil Gaiman himself will also come on as a producer. The report said that the series production will begin once producers found their lead man for the role of Shadow Moon. In a saga about a war between traditional gods from mythology and contemporary materialistic deities. Shadow Moon is an ex-con Mr. Bodyguard from Mr. Wednesday, the older con of under the guise of a con man. Okay, we're gonna end, and I'll be ending this story by giving you a quote from Video Game himself. The quote reads, "I'm thrilled, scared, delighted, nervous, and a ball of glorious anticipation. The team that is going to bring the world of American Gods to the screen has been assembled like the master criminals in a cable movie. I'm relieved and confident that my baby is in good hands. Now, we finally move on to an exciting business that fans have been doing for the past dozen years. That's casting our Shadow, our Wednesday, and our Laura," he said. Not only are stars looking to build buzz for the project, but promoting the search for the right actor to live the lead character in the social media effort, #CastingShadow on Twitter, inviting fans to weigh on who should get the gig. The Star CEO Chris Albrecht came forward and said, "We hope to create a series that honors the book, but that does right by the fans, who have been casting in their minds for years." And almost 15 years ago, Neil Gaiman opened the box for almost 15 years ago, says following Green Arrow statement. Neil Gaiman filled up the toy box with gods and magic, and we're thrilled to finally crack open and play. We're grateful to have stars above us and Fremantle media at our backs as we appease the gods, American or otherwise, he said. And they finally added, Neil Gaiman has given us a lot of room to really dig into the characters, and he shared them with us. It's an immigration story at its heart, so it feels like we can unpack that in a way that allows us to tell a signature story. Well, I never really read much Neil Gaiman's work, but hey, TV's and this isn't the first to be being brought to the big screen. Another, as you guys may have heard, Cassandra Clare, the novelist and creator of the widely popular Shadowhunter Chronicles series, is breaking the first book series in the franchise, The Mortal Instruments, to the big screen. I'll have some details on that. I'll do that another day. But for now, that's your news for today. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Aaron Tyson for M&M Weekly. I'll have more news for you guys this weekend. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Good night.